So the Durham report is finally out. Finally out. 4 years in the making. April 2019, John Durham, assigned to investigate the origins of the Federal Bureau of Investigation probe into Russian interference in the 2016 U.S. election between Trump and Hillary Clinton. All that time, 4 years plus a month, before Durham could write a 300-page report. Okay, I'm a pithy guy, I'm a simple man. We'll get right to the heart of the report so you don't have to read 300 pages. Here is the key passage. Quote, the DOJ and FBI should recognize that lack of analytical rigor, apparent confirmation bias, and an over-willingness to rely on information from individuals connected to political opponents cause investigators to fail to adequately consider alternative hypotheses and to act without appropriate objectivity or restraint in pursuing allegations of collusion or conspiracy between a U.S. political campaign and a foreign power, unquote. That, of course, is the Trump campaign and Russia. So basically that boils down to, in pinheady bureaucratic language, the FBI did not conduct the investigation in a fair manner. Why? Because it wanted Hillary Clinton to beat Donald Trump. Now, the Mueller report issued in March of 2019, boy, 4 years ago already, man. Here's what Attorney General William Barr said. Quote, the special counsel found that Russia did interfere with the election, but did not find that the Trump campaign or anyone associated with it conspired or coordinated with the Russian government in these efforts, despite multiple efforts from Russian-affiliated individuals to assist the Trump campaign. So the Trump campaign actually fended the Russians off, and Mueller found no collusion. So let's put this to bed. There was no collusion. The Trump campaign did nothing wrong. Okay? And that's a fact. Now, how much did this cost us? It cost us about $12 million at least. $6.5 million for Durham and about $5 million for Mueller. So all the Mueller people and the Durham people live pretty large on us. But that's okay, because we finally have a stake through the heart of the propagandists who convicted Trump and his campaign of heinous activities with Russia. Remember how they convicted them? Roll it.
This week, we saw cold, hard evidence of the Trump campaign, indeed the Trump family, eagerly intending to collude possibly with Russia, a hostile foreign power, to influence American elections.
The Russians offered help. The campaign accepted help. The Russians gave help, and the president made full use of that help. And that is pretty damning.
The Russians were successful. I don't think there's any way to read that report and not conclude they accomplished what they set out to do. They had an objective to sow discord and divisiveness within our society at large and to help Donald Trump, and they succeeded.
Okay, so all three of those people have not issued any apologies at all. Okay, nothing, no perspective, and they get away with it because the media allows them to get away with it. What about Trump lies, okay? How many times have you heard that? 1 million times? Trump lies. Okay, you want to think Trump lies? Then think that. Well, what about Pelosi lies? Schiff lies? Hillary Clinton lies? Joe Biden says the border's secure. Is that a lie? That's not true. So you see, the fix is in, and this is what I'm talking about corruption. So not only did the most powerful investigative agency in the world, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, okay, try to influence a presidential election, not only did they do that, but media people allowed Pelosi, Schiff, Hillary Clinton, and thousands of others to convict the Trump people. And now it's like, Now, behind the curtain, the Wizard of Oz, the Wizard of Corruption, in my opinion, humble opinion, is a man named Andrew Weissman. Remember him? He served as lead prosecutor for Mueller, the special counsel's office. He was the chief investigator. But he did not like the Mueller report at all. No. When it was issued, he wrote a book. And in the book, he says that the special counsel, Robert Mueller, made mistakes and could have done more because Weissman wanted the report to indicate that Trump colluded with Russia. So put Weissman's picture back up. And then those of you on the radio listening to me, he's got glasses. He looks like a Washington cat, as Mueller would say. And now Weissman is trying to tear the Durham report apart. Roll the tape on that.
You want to talk about a witch hunt or sort of real wasted resources. There are a lot of things to investigate. There are a lot of things that can be useful in government. If John Durham was really just doing an investigation to talk about what are better policies and practices that the FBI could have and was depoliticizing it, I would have been all for that and said, great, you know what? There's no agency that can't use greater scrutiny. But this was trying to say that there's a big there when, there's no there.
He's a moron. This guy at the highest level of the Justice Department is a blanket moron. No there. Yeah, there is. The FBI inserted itself in a presidential election trying to tilt it to Hillary Clinton. Whew. Okay. So is Weissman going to be held accountable? No. Who are the other big shots that caused this? James Comey, former director of the FBI. Assistant Director Andrew McCabe, who's on CNN now. And Peter Strzok, the notorious Peter Strzok, who headed the fraudulent investigation. Any of them going to get prosecuted? Or Durham doesn't even mention them. Doesn't even mention their names. They're not getting prosecuted. Not under Merrick Garland. So I wrote a message of the day that explains why this corruption continues. So if you got a director of the FBI, an assistant director, and a lead investigator, and the Mueller report says nothing happened, and the Durham report says the FBI knew nothing happened but investigated anyway, somebody should be prosecuted. Right? Right? But no, because the government's corrupt. Justice Department's corrupt. It's just so deflating for a person like me, and I bet you too, who loves our country. The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped a whopping 20%. 2023 could be worse. You are right to be worried. So call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I've been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers and have the highest rating in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.